Hi guys, this is Ms.Hong. Today is May 15th, Friday. Yay! So, we worked a week, another week. So, one more day, then you will have break. And you know what? Next Friday, we don't have school. So, next week, you have only 4 days. And you know, the week after, we are off on Monday, right? So you have another 4 days. So it's good, right? So let's look at this one, guys. So you took the Alex quiz today, and I checked it. And yeah, if you took the quiz, then the grade is good. Like I saw the lowest is like 88, I think. So tomorrow I'm gonna put those grades into Genesis as quiz grade so that you can get like good score on the Genesis. Okay, and today is the last one on the factoring. So it's the last skill or last technique you will learn today. So the title is difference of squares, right? So we will do this one. And before we started, let me go over something, like something we learned before. So look at this, number 1. So I want to factor this. Then always what? You have to check you have common factor or not, right? When you look at this, when you look at the numbers 5 and 10, then you know 5 is the common factor for that, right? So 5 is my common. And what about x value? X squared and x. Then x squared and x. Then your common factors will be x, right? So your common factor is x from here. And your y. Look at your y. When you look at y, then that's y and y squared. So your common factor will be y, right? So 5xy, this is my GCF. You factor by GCF, then look, 5, you took it out. X squared, you took out only 1x, right? So 1x is inside, that's your leftover. And y, you took it out. So that's it. And you keep the sign, which is minus. And from here, it was 10, but you took out 5 already, right? So your leftover will be 2. And you took out x, so x is here. Y squared, you took out 1y over here, so you have 1y in the parentheses, right? So we did this one, factoring out GCF. And this is like the trinomial factoring, right? And look, when you look at your a, that's -3, that's not 1, right? And when you look at other terms, 3 is not your common factor. So we cannot factor by 3, right? But do you see this negative sign? So if you just do the AC from here, AC method, then at the end, it will be like kind of like ugly at the end. So I'm gonna factor by negative first. So you know what, guys? After this, we factor this one, and after that, we will do the quadratic equation, quadratic function, like anytime. If you see negative sign, then we factor by negative. Alright? So for this, I'm gonna factor by negative. Then all you need to do is change sign. That was negative, you took out negative here, so it's positive inside. And you took out negative here, so it will be minus 7x. So that when you multiply or distribute this negative, then you get positive 7. And negative is outside, so you have plus 2. Like this. So when you have any negative in front of the like expression, then always you factor by negative. Alright? And now we do the AC method, right? Because like nothing to do. So I will do my AC 3 times by 2, which is positive 6, right? It's positive 6. And we are looking for sum is 7, right? It's 1, 6, and 2, 3. 1, 6 makes 7, right? When you add 1 and 6, then you get 7. So this is my factor pair. So you keep this minus outside and you do this, right? And x 6 1, and look, same sign, minus, and then that's supposed to be positive here, and your product is not 6 because we are doing AC right now, right? But anyway, after we divide it, after we do the bottoms up, you will get 2 when you multiply it. So same sign so that you can get positive, right? And then we divide it by 3. Divided by 3, simplify, then you get 2, right? So you keep 2 here, and that one over 3, you cannot simplify, so bottoms up, so you get 3x minus 1, like that. Done. So we did this kind of thing, right? So AC, I just went over this one and factor by GCF, right? So just keep in mind, we learned those things, and don't forget how to do this one, all right? You cannot forget this one because you will use it over and over again. So today, look guys, today we will do what? I will give you one formula, factoring formula. So look, name is difference of square. So difference means minus, right? Difference means minus difference of squares. So you get squares, like something square and something square, like this. This is the basic form. So when you get this form, difference of squares, then there's the formula to factor that one. So I just wrote formula over here. So look, I put heart. So that means heart goes like heart. So if you had 2 here, then will be 2, 2, like this. So that replaces the same number or letter, all right? So when you get heart squared minus star squared, square minus square, we call difference of square, all right? So when you get this, how do we factor that? You just put 2 parentheses, right? You put 2 parentheses and your base and base in order. That was heart and star, right? So you put heart, star, and then all you need to do is 1 for minus, 1 for plus. So I wrote minus plus, but you can do heart plus star first, heart minus star later. That's fine. Same thing. Just like 2 times by 3 and 3 times by 2, that's the same thing, right? So this parenthesis, you can use this minus first or plus first, doesn't matter. But the thing is, when you get square minus square, then just use the base, right? Base only, and then write it. Heart star, then you do heart star, 1 minus, 1 plus, or 1 plus, 1 minus, all right? That's it. So that's the formula, and I will show you like 6 examples, all right? That's it. That's for the day. So I'm gonna use this formula here so that we can see it clearly. So that's my formula, and let's look. So look at this, guys. X squared minus 5 squared. Then in this case, you're just getting base only. So x and 5. So that's my number. I'm gonna use those 2 numbers, and what? You just write it, 2 parentheses, and repeat your base, x 5, x 5, like that, x5. So you write x5, and then what? 1 for minus, 1 for plus. That's it. You can do plus minus, doesn't matter. Order doesn't matter. But you cannot write it 5x. That's not right. This is wrong. All right? X comes first, then you put x comes first. x5, x5. You cannot change this order. But you can write x plus 5, x minus 5. This is fine. Okay? And let's look at the next one. Do you see it? Do you see square minus square, right? Then what? We are just using base and base. So this time my bases are 4 and a, right? So 4a. minus plus. That's it. Easy, right? And look at this, number 3. That was like level 1. Okay, that was like level 1, easiest problem. You just have formula form, right? And then level 2. This is level 2. So what? You have x squared, right? Minus 9. This is not square, right? That's not square number. But you know, 9 is what? What's 9? 9 is 3 squared. So you can change it to square form. So you can do x squared minus 3 squared. So when you look at the number, you can change it. Oh, 9, I know that. That's 3 squared. So you can just write it. And now you got x and 3, right? So you can do x3 minus plus like that. So all you need to do is make the form something square. Alright? Something square. And look at this. I got 4x squared minus 25y squared. Do you know 4 and 25 is a perfect number, right? So what's 4? 4's 2 squared, right? So that's 2 squared. And that one, that's 5 squared, right? But this is not the same form. We just need something squared, right? Something squared. So this one, you have square, right? So I can write it 2x squared minus 5y squared. Like this. I can write it like that. Then now you have the same form, like a formula, right? So this thing squared. So 2x squared and 5y squared, right? So I'm gonna use this 2 bases, right, to write my factor form. So I need 2 parentheses, right? And then write it 2x 5y, 2x 5y. And then what? 1 for minus, 1 for plus. Like this. I told you you can do plus minus, doesn't matter. So you can also do plus minus. That's fine, totally fine. Okay? And guys, look, what about number 5? Number 5. 5a squared minus 45. Is 5 perfect square? No. Is 45 perfect square? No. Then we cannot solve this? We can do it. 5 is something. Look, 5 and 45. Then what's 5? 5 is your GCF, correct? So this case, you can factor by 5. Always what? If you see your GCF, you need to factor that out, right? So 5, you factor that out. Then you get a squared and 45 divided by 5. Then you get 9. Yay, you got 9. 9 is perfect square, right? So we can do 5a squared minus 3 squared. So 5a minus 3, a plus 3. Then you're done. Okay? So if it's like when you have 2 terms, we call that's binomial. You see binomial and it has like something square, then you have to think about this formula. Okay? And this one, what is your common factor for this? 2, right? And that's x cubed and x. So x is your common factor. And oh my god, I have 30 seconds. Guys, I'm gonna cut this video right here and then I'll be back on the second video. That'll be like less than 3 minutes. Alright?